Good evening, everyone, and welcome once again to the place to be each and every Sunday night. Where tonight, live and exclusive on Top Split TV, we're bringing you round 9 of season 23 of Sunday Night Lights from the sacred home of Australian motorsports. Where tonight, myself, Alex McKellar, and the chaotic one himself, Mr. Corey Steinhauser, seek to bring you once again the best skippy action going around. Corey, great field again and a great night of racing ahead, mate.
That's right, Alex. We have 18 drivers in the race here tonight with a strength of field of an astounding 47.02. I mean, this track is public road for 50 weeks out of the year, but we can race at any time we want here on iRacing. And these guys are definitely going to show us what they got around here this evening.
Yeah, absolutely. As we see Nagai-san 2.0 come into Murray's to start the first of his two qualifying laps. Of course, it's very tight around here to get 2 laps in, but 2 laps is what they will try to do. He's the top seed here tonight, followed by Julian O'Fray in the two-plated car. Back once again. I might even put his name up. There we go. There we've got Brett McFlabby Racing McBurney, the leading NZ driver in car number 3. Danny Blanco, the four-plated car here tonight once again, and Andre Bristow for Powder Flex Esports joins us as the fifth-plated car, Corey.
That's right, Alex. And in the six-plated car, we have Victor Osset, who has been right up there on pace with Nagai's son in the last couple of warm-up races before this event. We also have Loris Amadio from Italy, the second of our Italian drivers here tonight in a seven-plated car. Giuseppe Tellini out of the eighth-plated car here tonight in Italy. We've got Ludwig Guidi making a return from Bellano in a nine car, and Kawabe-san from Japan, wrapping up our top 10 in rankings, Alex.
Yeah, Kaiba-san back from an hiatus, back into the top flight skippy action. Diego Pereira, he's joining us as the 11-plated car. George Matsushinsky, another one who's been on a bit of a break from a Sunday night action in the 12-plated car. Jack Atkinson from UK and I have seen him before, but not for a little bit. Anthony PM Jones for Team Torpedo, although he hasn't used the little app that you can find in the Top Split Discord, or a link to the said app that allows you to insert your name, etc., or your club and your team and all the rest of it into the overlays. He hasn't done that for Team Torpedo. Donald Sabinal, newly minted Team Milo driver in the 15 tonight, and his boss man, 16. ANZ's Russell Clark, and he's used the app as well by the look. 17. Paul Bachelor. Oh, I keep saying it during the week, and he's a quick guy. I just sometimes mispronounce his name. And Håkon Grebstad. Grebo, not for Luminous Racing. He should be for Speedy Snails, judging by that livery, Corey. And he's joining us after the longest hiatus, I think, of anyone in the field.
Yeah, that's right, Alex. I think it's been a good 6 months, if not only just three. But even though it's been a really long time, but excited to see Grebstad back into the top split racing as we're starting to get first laps in, and already Nagai's son going to the top with a 2-minute 31.537 for his first lap. That is pretty damn quick around here, Alex.
Yeah, absolutely. Nagai-san 2.0. He knows how to chuck a good quali lap in. 31.5 round here on the first lap is outstanding. Not too much in it for the second lap typically. Fastest lap of the week goes to our absent friend Benny Simonson. He did a 30.9 in quali to top the standings for the week, which is outstanding. There are plenty of folks who won't see a sub 31 in a race all week, and yet he's done one in quali earlier. I know he's been crook for the last couple of weeks, so shout out to Benny, who's not with us here tonight. But also another shout out I wanted to give, folks, do yourself a favour, go check out the Locked On iRacing podcast. Wilco and Braden, they've been doing a great service to the ANZ community with the Locked On iRacing podcast. Comes out weekly later in the week. They even gave us a shout out, Corey. So look for future coverage of SNL there. And look, it's great to see some local content coming out, mate.
Yeah, that's right, Alex, and that's very exciting that we have a podcast service back for the Oz and Z community. Gone are the days since when you used to do it. But glad that someone has taken up those reins and is continuing on with it. It's always great to see anything that helps our AusNZ community grow as drivers are starting to come down Conrod Straight now to wrap up their laps here. I think the first person we're going to see come across the line is going to be the six of Victor Ossett here, Alex.
Yeah, look, it's so tight here with times. We're going to see them come thick and fast, but you're right. It looks like Ossett's leading the way just from Danny Blanco, and Geedy's just behind him, although he might be pipped a bit by O'Fray by the looks of it. But all of them are going to be coming across pretty quick succession as the clock ticks down. As we said, you don't get much time around here, and you've got to get on with it. So no tyre warming, as we often see in these cars, as Ossett crosses the line this time round. And he should go pretty close. Yeah, grabs the top spot. I want to focus on Nagai Son. He's going to come around. He's done a bit of work on that paint job. Looks a bit more shiny. Geedy goes to the top. What's Nagai got for him? Not enough. Geedy comes and pops him. Ossett's been dynamic here all week, and he's grabbed second spot. Not many have out-qualified Nagai this season or any other. Simonson's one that does it regularly, but tonight it's Ludwig. Oh my goodness, Ludwig Geedy. Let's go check out the final run on the grid, as I might just hide that one, please. Might want to hide that. Oh no, come on. Let's go empty. Hide that. Show. Hide. It just won't do it for me. Grid, and we'll get out there quickly. There we go. Season 23, round 9 from Bathurst, as we said, the sacred home of ANZ, Australian Motorsport. Ludwig Geedy from Movano Sim Racing. He has done a 2:31.1. Outstanding in the context of global skippy racing around here. Victor Ossett from Iberia, some nearly 2/10 behind. That's how good it was, starting in second. Third tonight off the grid will be Naoya Nagai from Japan. O'Fray joining him on the second row of the grid. Julian O'Fray out of fourth. Paul Batchelor from Austria out of fifth tonight. Laura Samadio from Italy out of sixth. Brent McBurney from McFlabby Racing out of seventh. Danny Blanco starting from eighth tonight. Russell Clark, the team boss man for Team Milo, out of P9 tonight off the grid. Giuseppe Tellini from Italy out of 10th. Diego Pereira out of 11th, the Brazilian. Håkon Grebstad for Luminous Racing. No, more like a speedy snail. And that's not a discourtesy to him. That's just the name of the team. He's out of 12th as we go. The page 13th tonight, Kawabe-san from Japan, Gol Kawabe. George Matsushinsky back once again out of 14th off the grid. Jack Atkinson from UK&I out of 15th. Andre Bristow from Powder Flex Esports out of 16th. Donald Sabanal for Team Milo out of 17th. And Team Torpedoes, Anthony Jones out of the final spot on the grid, as the red lights mean rev and the green lights mean go, as we're off for the first of 10 laps this week round. Corey, as they head down to Hell Corner for the first time. Geedy leading them away from Ossett, Nagai and O'Fray, making up those front four. The top five rounded out by Batchelor, Corey. The 17-plated car, if you don't mind, has some pace as well as they head up Mount Straight for the first time.
Yeah, that's right, Alex. And even though turn one is called Hell Corner, that's not where the hell really starts around here. You can usually start seeing people coming together and maybe having an incident up here at turn two. But it looks like at the moment, Geedy still leading the way and doing it quite nicely. No one coming into any bother, coming out of Griffin's, going into the cutting, and everyone's still pointed in the right direction, Alex. So far, so good. Hopefully we don't see any drama in these early laps.
Yeah, 100%, Corey. They seem to have got it sorted. O'Fray looked like he was doing some tyre warming on the run up the hill, actually, in between Griffins and the cutting there, but getting it done all right, he does. As across the top of the mountain, they go over the first of 10 times tonight. The front pack, in fact, the whole field, you can throw a blanket over them, separated by 6 seconds, top to tail, these 18 drivers, as they come down over Skyline towards the Dipper for the first time round. Great place to drive a skippy, this one. And everyone looking to enjoy it in this 4.7k soft here tonight, by far the strongest of the week, as we have this long snaking chain of skippies coming down Conrod for the first time, Corey.
Yeah, that's right, Alex. You can see these guys picking up the speed as they come down the hill. There's a lot of draft in it down here. There's also a lot of speed to be gained. These things can get up to 213 kilometers an hour at the braking zone for the chase. As we see a couple of people popping out of the draft looking for moves. There's Giddy looking for a move on Ossett for the lead, and he's going to make it before the exit of the kink there. Everyone's just being ever so gentle right now, although Giddy getting it out a bit sideways there in the lead on the exit of the chase, Alex. So maybe just a little bit of a cold tire situation there as he's trying to find the limits of these skippies.
Yeah, very easy to overdo the limits early on in these, of course, but it is still look. It's not even 6 seconds from top to tail in this whole field still after the first lap. Surely that can't continue. Look at that up the start finish straight. You have one continuous line of skip barbers, and potentially we'll see the same thing up Connor, or maybe if I can get a better angle. Look at that. Oh, in the background, who's that? Subinol going for a bit of a Milo excursion as we see the lead looking to change hands once again as Ossett passes Giddy, and Nagai 2.0 showing the nose as well. Will it be 2 for 1 here? Will Nagai go through? No, tucks in behind, and O'Fray similarly sits at fourth. Plenty of time left to go. No time, no needed at this stage. Oh my gosh, words, no need to rush it at this stage, Corey.
Yeah, that's right, Alex. I mean, 10 laps around here is a very long time, especially when you consider we're doing 2-minute 31 lap times. This is easily one of the longer tracks on the schedule. I think it's only Spa and the Nürburgring Nordschleife that are usually longer than this. But it's just amazing that everyone is still alive and everyone is still so close together. I mean, there is a lot of time to be gained in the S's down to the Dipper, but you got to be completely full commit, fourth pedal it a little bit as you're coming down, something that I haven't quite mastered myself. But it's still just everyone is surviving and thriving, and my mind is blown, Alex.
Yeah, the only one, Subinol, who's fallen off the back, 1.5 seconds behind. Unfortunate excursion on the outside of Hell Corner at the start of lap 2 cost him the toe. But other than that, it is literally one long snaking run of skippies for this whole field. Outstanding racing in the early stages, really showing the smarts and the racecrafters. 2 by 2 they go now over the crest of the hill on the run down to the kink. Oh, this is where it can come a cropper side by side. It's Ossett and Nagai. Nagai has the inside run. O'Fray looking to get in amongst it as well. Oh, Nagai can break a bit deeper. Can he get it done around the outside? What's going on behind here? O'Fray really trying to get in amongst it as well. Nagai's got it done. He's got P2 secured now. It's Ossett under attack from O'Fray as O'Fray goes side by side. He'll go deeper into Murray's that time, but he cedes the corner and it's going to cost him as Amadio goes side by side and gets through. Oh, there's action everywhere, Corey.
See, that's the thing, Alex. When one small mistake happens, when you're in a very tight group like this, all hell starts to break loose. Looks like the drivers at the very front have gotten things sorted out now. And I think everyone's gone back to single file, sans a couple of the people towards the back of the pack. But wow, what an incredible sequence of events. And no one made any contact there, Alex, which is even more incredible still.
Yeah, unbelievable. 0.7 of a second is the gap to P1. They don't want to be going 2 by 2 through here. Oh, Frey pushes Amadio wide. He says, no, thank you. I'll take that. And gets it done. Yeah, but you're right. Can I tell you, how's the mega draft? P17, Anthony PM Jones has a 230.6 at the end of lap 2. That's what the mega draft has done. That's unbelievable. The guy coming second last has got the fastest lap because of that long string of skippies that we've been talking about so far. Unbelievable. But 6/10 is now the gap that Giddy has. These guys want to keep a hold of him. There's this section from the cutting up here all over the top and before you hit Skyline is all flat stick and essentially a draft zone. Some might brave to grab 5th, but predominantly in 4th here, and you will gain time there, as we saw a 10th gained by Ossett there in P2 through to Giddy as they come through the Dipper on the mid stages of lap 3 this time, Corey.
And it's still all single filed out as we head into Forest Elbow. A couple of ghostly contacts against the walls. It looked like that time Alfred actually had a terrible run going into the elbow, got a little bit too wide on the corner, just missed the apex, and now all over his rear end is Amadio. And here comes Amadio now out of the draft, trying to look for a way around Alfred. Although that could be a little bit difficult with Alfred still being in the draft. Although it looks like Ossett in the lead now as well. He was given a little bit of draft to Amadio there as we head into the chase. Big braking zone, good passing opportunity, and everyone single filed out again. And it looks like we're starting to get a little bit of a gap forming in that mid pack there, Alex.
Yeah, just Tellini now 1 second off the back of Danny Blanco in P7. The front pack starting to splinter a little bit as we saw a change for the lead up the front. And who's dropping down? Oh, there's lots of positions changing deeper in the pack. 2 by 2 through the final corner, if you don't mind. Matsushinsky and Jones along with Kawabe and Atkinson. This time Jones looking to enhance his chances and move up a little bit.
Coming up the mountain, Alex.
3 wide up front. We've got fighting for P2, as you say, mate. It's Ossett, O'Fray and Nagai.
Yeah, and that was a wicked little series of events. It was Ossett and Nagai who were side by side coming through turn 1. And then Alfray was like, I want a piece of this as well. And Alfray going back to 4th, possibly back to 5th here as Amadio up on his inside, but still 2 by 2 as they come out of turn 2 and into the cutting. Now, this is definitely not an area where you usually see 2 by 2 action, Alex, and it can usually be very dangerous. Quoting back to the Ambrose and Greg Murphy crash there.
Unbelievable. They're going 2 wide, still up there. I'll tell you who'll be licking his lips is Ludwig Guidi. The Smurf and Ludwig Guidi up front, and now he's got a couple behind him and Nagai and Ossett. 2 by 2, they continue to go. Batchelor and Amadio across the top of the mountain. You don't see this very often. Oh, how did he get tuck him behind there? It was Batchelor, Amadio tucking him behind Batchelor, and the red and black machine of Batchelor just getting it done there. Amazing stuff across the top. But what it has done is it's cost them some time. They're about 6-7 tenths, almost splintered there from the front group. They'll need to work very hard to stay on there. O'Fray, who hasn't had the best pace here from what I've seen. Now he is a full second behind those front 3. And those Ducks and Drakes on the run up the hill potentially have cost them the front pack, Corey, as Guidi leads away Nagai and Ossett.
Yeah, that's right, Alex. I'm also hearing over the radio a little bit of road rage coming out of Russell Clark towards the back. I think something happened as they were coming across the top of the mountain. But Russell Clark a little bit slow coming down the Conrod Straight, possibly picked up a slowdown at some point. And he is definitely dropping a lot of positions all the way down to P16 now.
Yeah, as the guys in front of him, side by side everywhere. 3 wide nearly. Oh, yeah, they're going to make 3 wide. And Russell's gone off in the background. Clark's disappearing, and they've gone 3 wide, absolutely. And Clark has... Oh, he's been picked up by his teammate, Sabanal. And that's the end of their night. Matsushinsky's gone with him off in the end there. We'll see if we can't grab a replay. Clark there coming down into the braking zone. You can see the action going, oh, he's had all sorts of trouble there. I don't know if that was damage. I think it probably was. He's collected Matsushinsky, then stopped. He's tried to pull it up, but it's unfortunately Sabanal, his teammate, has picked him up as well. Unfortunate night for the Team Milo boys.
Yeah, that's right, Alex. And it's never something that we like to see. We like to see our Milo boys doing well. But back up the front of the pack, and it is still Ludwig Guidi leading things away from the Nagai-san and Ossett with a very small gap over Alfray's, about 7 tenths of a second, maybe 6 to Alfray, back and forth. And then look behind him, there is an angry pack of skippies looking to try and catch up to this front pack, Alex.
Yeah, 100%. Danny Blanco. Amadio's leading that group from Blanco. Batchelor's been shuffled back a touch as we see the leading ANZ driver now, Brett McBurney, who's down 1 position from where he started, but certainly looking to fly the flag, tucked in behind Batchelor this time round. Meanwhile, up front, they've been caught there, I think, by O'Fray, who's bridged that gap. It's now a battle in 4. 8 tenths behind is that battle we spoke of with Amadio looking to form another bridge and really bring this back to a battle in 10. Still, Corey, we're halfway through at the end of this lap and we still got 10 guys in contention, although really you'd have to say they've got a lot of work to do if they want to get up near the pointy end.
Well, that's right, Alex, but that's where the big drafty zones, so coming down Conrod, going up Mountain Straight will really start to play into effect, especially as the laps start ticking away. These guys are going to start getting a little bit more desperate to try and make some positions up, as we see now up the front. Nagai's son looking to try and take the lead away from Geedy as he does so before the Fuso sign on the Conrod Straight there, and also Osset coming with him through the draft, and they're going to be side by side as they come into the chase. Will they survive it this time? Geedy still up the inside, takes a lot of the curb, and it looks like he's just backing out of it there ever so slightly to allow Osset in. And Al Frey now also looking like he wants to get into this battle, as it's the battle for the lead again as well. Osset, not content with taking second, tries to take the lead away from Nagai-san, and I think he might have just gotten there as they crossed the line, but Nagai-san with the better exit, trying to take that position back as they're three wide going into the first
That,
corner. There's contact, Alex, and it has
oh,
gone all kinds of wrong. And Osset even went for a little flip there, just for his troubles.
that was never going to work. Let me tell you, three wide in there. Look at the angle, the approach from Geedy. He is super tight there. I swear, I was just about to say when it came back to me, Osset bought a book of stamps this week and he used every one on the run down into the chase that time. Look at the angle there. He's nowhere near the apex, swings out into Nagai. And then O'Frey's caught up in it as well. Who gets through? The 7 car of Amadio, and Geedy, using all his experience, has managed to get through there. Brilliant driving there from Geedy. He just left the space in the end. He really put the other guys off and then left them to their business. As we jump back up now, Geedy and Amadio, they've gone. Grebstad, if you don't mind. He's picking up the pieces. He's up to P3. That's unheard of. He's been off for 12 years and he's come back and he's in a battle for a podium, Corey.
And the even more fantastic thing about it, Alex, is that this is his first race of the week. He has done no running whatsoever this entire week, and he's sitting there and battling it out with Danny Blanco, who actually is sans his rear wing right now as well. So it's even incredible that Blanco is still managing to hold on to the 4th position there. He's practically driving a Formula 4 just with a little bit more front-end grip as Grebstad gets that wall on the exit of the elbow a little bit. And
He's busted.
yeah, he's broken his right front suspension. That is a heartbreak, Alex.
Oh, he's gone. We've just talked him up. First time I think I've ever brought the commentator's curse on anyone. He's clipped the wall on Forest Elbow, and that's his competitive night done. He will be spewing. But you're right, Geedy and the call from the crowd has been Geedy and Amadio. They did amazingly well to get through that melee at turn 1 last lap round, and those two are off to the races. They're gone. You will not see them again. You got Tellini and Blanco and Jones now. Jones is up, if you don't mind, 13 positions to be the final driver in the top 5, with O'Frey now getting the move done behind him into Murray's as Bristow rides the curb on exit there. He is trying... Oh, surely not. Bristow's going to have a look through here. O'Frey must be gun shy after being smashed in that accident last time round, although he might be a bit down on pace, Corey. Maybe picked up some damage.
It's very possible he might have, Alex. I mean, he did get into the back of Nagai's son in that first corner incident. And it looks like he's actually doing pretty all right, though. He's picking up the draft from Anthony Jones right now, trying to make the move back on Bristol again. And I think he might be able to get it done here coming through Griffins, although, yeah, terminal pace is gone. There's a little bit of touch on the right rear of Bristol. He won't be happy about that. In fact, I can hear him over the radio now, and he is definitely not happy using a couple of expletives that we can't broadcast. But that is going to be our Frey up into P6 with a little bit of nefarious tactics there, Alex.
Yeah, I have no doubt there was no intent, but you can see once he pulled out of the draft on Mountain Straight, he was going nowhere, in fact, other than backwards. And then he tried to battle it through there and was unsuccessful because of that speed. And unfortunately, just Maybe there's a bit of handling issues there, I don't know, but it's certainly now, look, here's the cork in the bottle as we flick back to them. And these guys will be licking their lips at the rundown Conrod, no doubt. The second group now is led by Blanco with Tellini and Jones. Blanco, Sands rear wing, as you say. Maybe he's getting some early practice in for the Formula V's release next season, mate.
It's very possible, Alex. I think those things have just a little bit less power than the Skippy, which is hard to imagine. Although I think, oh, there's a crash coming out of the elbow, Alex, and I think that one is Jack Atkinson in the 13.
Yeah, just trying to find him. Oh, yeah, there you go. Oh, I think it's with McBurney as well. Let's go check this one out. McBurney and Atkinson as they come down in here. You got McBurney who sits behind Atkinson. What's the rear of Atkinson's car doing? Nothing special there, really. His wheel. His imaginary wheel flew off, and that spun him. He's caught the inside of the apex curbing there, I think. Let's go and have a look. Hang on. You'll see Atkinson here. He'll catch the inside wall here, and it rips the imaginary thing there, catches his front wheel and chucks it at McBurney, and then the rear wheels actually come off the suspension, and that's McBurney and his Knights both done there, Corey.
Yeah, that's right, Alex. I mean, even though there is a fast repair available to the drivers, the tow time getting to the pits is immense, and that is definitely going to be them towards the back. But heading back up to the second pack now, got Danny Blanco, Anthony Jones, and Giuseppe Tellini still battling it out here for the third position. You can see Blanco going quite a bit defensive. I think he doesn't even know that he does not have his rear wing at the moment. He is fighting like that car is at 100% health, Alex, and he is looking pretty quick still.
Yeah, look, honestly, it's the front of the car that where you get any damage, it does more to your race chances. If I'm honest, the rear wing doesn't really do as much as you might think. Meanwhile, in that tertiary pack there, we've got O'Fray still leading from Pereira and Bristow. Though they're in a battle pack of 3 at the moment. Kawabe-san up 4 positions from where he started. He's sitting in P10. He likes top 10 finish, does young Mr. Kawabe. McBurney, now the leading ANZ driver after his incident. Sands is the tip of his nose. That'll be costing him time. Sabanal, leading Team Milo driver here tonight. He's down in 11th, rounding out the points there after pitting. For Sunday Night Lights points, that is Nagai-san. He's down in 12th. 13th is Matushinsky. Grebstad in 14th. Ossett and Atkinson, recovery drives to them. And I think the other two, Batchelor and Clark, have called it quits. As we jump back up front, we've got Guidi and Amadio running their own races behind. Up 15 positions as he takes his spot at the head of the queue into the kink for this second pack, fighting for the final spot on the podium, Corey. It's Anthony Jones, Team Torpedo, who has done a 29.5 for the second time tonight, holding the fastest lap of the race.
And that is absolutely incredible, Alex. That is the power of the draft, and knowing how to utilize it properly. That's actually the first 29 that I've seen this entire week of racing. And to do it by, a 0.5, that is, it's discombobulating my mind, Alex.
The brain has been officially released from its duties. That's what I'm hearing, Corey. But Jones now leading that second pack still. Likely that he'll get swamped up Mountain Straight as we see Blanco pull out to one side once again to take the lead there, as we then jump to O'Fray, who is leading this tertiary pack, as we said, from Pereira and Bristow. We see Pereira pull out. It is, in fact, O'Fray making him go the long way round and defending, if you don't mind. There is no grip on the outside there, and you'll see likely Bristow potentially go through as well, although O'Fray giving the draft to the inside driver, half in defence, half to sort of get him in strife with Bristow, who does get the move done on the approach to the cutting there, Corey, and a bit of tactics from O'Fray trying to cling on to that top 6 finish.
Yeah, that's right, Alex. We know that O'Fray is a very intelligent driver, both in his racecraft and in strategy. and he's definitely trying to play the strategy game here, not give the optimal racing line to the drivers around him, so they have a harder time to get around him. You see, Bristow is just absolutely all over the gearbox of our Frey coming across the top of the mountain. Leaves him a little bit of space as they come down the S's to the Dipper as they get through there nice and clean, but he's probably going to pull that gap back up again. And I reckon the move will be on as they come down Conrod Straight as we're getting ready to be on the last lap, Alex. It's incredible. Time has just absolutely flown by.
Yeah, that's what happens when you're having fun. I'm just looking at our Frey's car. It doesn't look to be any damage as the lead changes once again by the looks. Amadio goes past Geedy. Now, look, having done a few races here over our years together, Corey, I think I'd rather be in second than first on this final lap. What about you?
Oh, for sure, Alex. I'd rather be in second coming across the top of the mountain just before the Conrod Straits. That way, you can get that move made and not have to worry too much about the fight back from the guy that you've just overtaken.
Yeah, absolutely. As we see these two come down, so chances are they've been swapping the whole race. I'd imagine Geedy just sit there, but we'll wait and see. Now it's different when you're in a pack of three though, because the shuffling it's a completely different dynamic because you've got the threat from behind. You can't necessarily afford to sit there. As we see, although Blanco's left a good bit of space because Tellini will want that second spot in that pack, and meanwhile behind you've got O'Fray leading out. What's he going to do here? Three wide as we see Bristow this time come between them, and Pereira side by side trying to grab the side draft is O'Fray, and he's in the box seat for that one. Jones on the front of this will be challenged from behind as we see Geedy and Amadio have come right back. They've come right back here. They're less than 2 seconds. I reckon there must have been some ducks and drakes there because neither of them wanting to lead as we hear once again some netcode wall contact in the background. And Geedy has absolutely secured the box seat for the rundown Conrod the last time round.
Yeah, that's right, Alex. And it's just a little bit of fun watching them do their little ducks and drakes and figure out who's going to be where on the track. And a very smart play there by Geedy to just duck and drake a little bit more than Amadio. But Amadio still does have a chance to win here. You can use the draft and the side draft to your advantage after you do get overtaken. And the fight is not over until you cross that start finish line. There's still plenty of opportunity for Amadio to fight back on Geedy, and also opportunity for either one of those drivers to make a mistake, especially right here as they come through the elbow for the final time, Alex. And it looks like it's going to be just a straight up fight to the end from here.
Yeah, the Pied Piper will come to be paid at the chase, that's for sure. But decent gap there as he starts to close. He's got to time his run, does Geedy. He's got to time the run. You see Amadio holding the inside line. He wants the outside through the chase. Very possible to hold it around the outside of the chase and get it done as we see Amadio now looking to get the secondary draft as, Geedy's just held the racing line. There you go. It's almost like Amadio gave up because the final corner's tough to do. And in the background, you got Blanco leading from Jones and Tellini, but it's Geedy. He's going to hold the tight defensive line into the final corner. Almost contact there. He opens it up as much as he can, and it's going to be Geedy around the outside as Amadio. Geedy will get the drive, and Geedy will get it done here tonight at Sunday Night Live. So behind, it's Blanco ahead of Jones and Tellini. Jones, if you don't mind, up 14 positions from where he started. Bristow falling off the back of that group. Kawabe coming up to be P7. Something's happened there, Corey. What did we miss? O'Fray's in the pits. We missed something. What happened?
Indeed, we have, Alex. I don't know what has gone on. We're so focused on the battle at the front there. It looks like things have really kicked off towards the mid and back packs.
I reckon I'm going to go about here and see what I can find. Oh, the 5 car absolutely murdered O'Fray. It was Bristow got right into the back of him. Let's just quickly see if we can't, as they came over the crest, over the top, I think it's at McPhillamy, if I've got my names right, and right into the rear of O'Fray. And then, the 11 car there of Pereira had nowhere to go. That's a nasty one. It's a mistake, absolutely, but a nasty mistake at that by the looks, Corey.
Maybe could be possibly a little bit of revenge from that turn two coming together, Alex. I'm just spitballing here, maybe playing a little bit of devil's advocate, but yeah, that was definitely in the sus pile as far as moves go. It's definitely not a position where you would normally try and overtake, and definitely not a bump drafting area either. Plus, skippies don't bump draft, Alex.
No, that's right. We'll see Atkinson round out tonight's field as we check out our official results here tonight for round 9 of season 23 of Sunday Night Lights here from the Sacred Mount Panorama. Ludwig Guidi returns to Sunday night action for Movano Sim Racing Team, takes it out and does a fantastic job. He was flag to flag almost in terms of he started on pole and took out the win. I guess he had some changes for the lead with Amadio working closely with him, who finished second for Loris Amadio from Italy. That's his best finish, if I'm not mistaken. So congratulations to Amadio. Danny Blanco from Iberia. He's had a couple of wins in SNL history, and a podium finish will certainly be one that'll no doubt make him happy, ahead of Anthony Jones for Team Torpedo. Congratulations. He's had a bit of bad luck in recent weeks from what I've seen for Mr. Jones. So top 5 finish is a great result for the Team Torpedo driver, Giuseppe Tellini from Italy. Top 5 finish for him, and I don't know that he's had one before, so congratulations, Mr. Tellini. Andre Bristow, after that, was it him? No, yeah, it was that unfortunate incident in that final lap with O'Fray. I'm wondering if we'll get a fired up O'Fray for an interview after the race, but I guess we'll find out at some point. But Bristow finishing 6th tonight. Gail Kawabe, P7 for the Japanese driver. He'll be cheering, no doubt. Look forward to watching his replay on. He's got a YouTube channel. It's Guile, I think. I can't remember. Look up Guile. Anyway, he's on there. I should remember. Anyway, Diego Pereira, the Brazilian driver, finishing in P8, managing to hang on after getting caught up with that incident with Bristow and O'Fray. Donald Sabinal, the leading ANZ driver there for Team Milo, no less, in P9. Great job for him. Naoya Nagai from Japan, Nagai 2.0, finishing in 10th. That's a great fight back considering what happened to him. Brett McBurney for McFlabby Racing, who was down on pace and fell all the way down to P11 for the ANZ driver. George Matsushinsky joining us once again, rounding out the Sunday Night Lights points in P12. Håkon Grebstad, it is actually a speedy snail driver, not Luminous Racing. He was on for a podium, a fabulous and surprising podium before he clouted the wall at the elbow. Did Mr. Grebstad. Victor Ossett down there in 14th, the Iberian driver. Jack Atkinson we saw coming down right at the end, the UK&I driver. Last driver on the lead lap there in P15. Julian O'Fray came unstuck there and finished a lap down, unfortunately, in P16. Paul Batchelor, he's finished in 17th, and what I think, if I'm not mistaken, was his SNL debut. Unfortunate for him. He was right in it, up to his eyeballs, but retired tonight. And our other DNF was Team Bossman for Team Milo, Mr. Russell Clark, who I know he loves his Bathurst, Corey, but geez, he's had a poor week and a very unfortunate one, largely not through his own making, if I have to say. So I do feel sad for poor old Russell.
Yeah, that's right, Alex. And I'm just trying to look through right now to see what unfolded for Russell there, because it's largely a mystery what happened to him. So we'll just have to wait and see what I can find here, and I'll let you know what went on.
Yeah, no worries, mate. See how we go. If I grab here and I do a bit of the camera work here, if I can find it. I thought I had a good camera here. There we go. That might do us. And we do have a couple of interviews waiting for us in the background. We might grab our race winner first, Mr. Ludwig Guidi from Movano Sim Racing Team. He's joined us after the longest of long breaks, Mr. Guidi. Congratulations there. Some smart racing there to avoid the incident at turn 1, and then you just drove away with it, mate.
Yeah, hello. Feels good to be back and win a race that way. Uh, Actually, yeah, I got a bit lucky in that crash. Wasn't involved in it, but yeah, as you said, the most important was to drive smartly, try to help each other, and at the end, that's what we did with Loris, which is a guy that I know, which is a friend. So we did a good teamwork, even though we are not in the same team. But yeah, really pleased with the result.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. It looked like there was plenty going on in that front pack. If you can believe it, for the first 2 or 3 laps, the whole 18 cars were in one draft pack. But when it came down to it, for yourself there, it was looking like and shaping up for 3 wide into turn one. You were on a very tight angle there. It looks like you backed out at the last minute, but that was enough to unsettle the other two, and it all came a cropper, mate. Was that part of the tactics?
As you said, yeah, I could see when I was kind of trying to pull away the 2 or 3 first lap, it was getting really hot behind. So I knew with the draft it was almost impossible. So they came back, and as you said, I could see we were going 3 wide, and the angle, as you said, was really really tight. And yeah, I backed off because I said it might end up very bad for me, and I didn't expect them to crash, but uh, I don't like to speak that way, but yeah, I won't complain about it, so took profit of it.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. It just looked like the 3 wide on the approach was enough for to miss the apex inside, and unfortunately, we saw what happened. But yourself and Amadio did fantastically to get through there, mate. So well done on the heads up moments. And look, bit of luck never hurts either, mate. But I think you have to be, in some respects, making your own luck as well, mate. So, and to do so in a bumper strength of field here tonight, biggest one of the week. A great way for you to return to Sunday Night Lights action with a pole and then a win at the local ANZ home of motorsport, of course. But congratulations, Ludwig. Is there anyone you'd like to thank or give a shout out to tonight before we let you go?
Yeah, thank you. As you said, I took a bit of break of it in the sense that I got really unlucky the last past race, and I'm really into another championship, a P2 championship, so I don't have much time right now. But really glad to be back. Thanks to you guys for organizing this stream as always. To my team, Ivano, and yeah, really happy to be back.
Awesome. Thanks, Ludwig. Great to talk to you, mate, as always. And thank you once again for your support of the series. And hopefully, in between those LMP2 races, I know they're a good fun night out. So, but hopefully, we might see you again sometime soon.
Yeah, see you guys. Have a nice day. Bye bye.
There you go, Corey, Mr. Ludwig Geedy. Great to see him back in a skip. Of course, he's had, as you can tell from his profile picture there, he's had a bit of experience on the real world racing and has been in open wheelers, and it certainly shows through on a night like tonight.
Yeah, that's right, Alex. He waited for the perfect opportunity to strike, and he took it and just ran away with it with Amadio there. And it was just a great controlled race after they got through that turn one incident, and all they had to do was just maintain and figure things out for the last lap, and that's exactly what Geedy did. And it all worked out for the better for him. Uh, Obviously, getting that win. Also, I looked back at what happened to Russell Clark, where he started uh, talking very loudly through the radio, and he actually got a tap from Bristol coming into the skyline on lap four, which caused him to get a slowdown, which ended up in that incident that we saw down at the chase, Alex.
Damn. All right, Bristow 2 for 2 tonight, by the sounds of it, unfortunately. But now the one that we thought might happen. Misto Frey is in the green room. We'll bring him up. G'day, Julian. An unfortunate night out at Bathurst for you here tonight. We're sorry to see you so far down the order. It was such an amazing race up front, and we were hoping that you might be more in the action, mate. You with us, Julian?
Oh, yeah, yeah, you hear me? Yeah,
Yeah, we got you, mate. We're good.
yeah. Um, it was a good race before this incident with the front driver guy. I can't remember who is it. I don't took the time to check it because of Andrea incident. Actually, I record to insult and movement to report him. But yeah, it was a good race before that, and after I don't know, maybe I had a little damage, aero damage, I think. I don't know. I can catch guys in front, and I have hard race with Andrea and the other guys. Yeah, funny. It was funny, but I don't know why Andrea think I block him. I just defend. I don't block. I defend. I use the track normally, and he burn a thing in his brain and just push me 3 times the last lap intentionally. He tell him to me on the chat. I think it's flagrant. No, did you see it?
Mate, we caught the incident at the end, and there was a touch coming over the top of the mountain on one of the crests there, and it just turned you, and that was very unfortunate. Look, it's hard to say without sitting in the cockpit whether there was intent or not, but look, it's really tough, honestly, and it was just very unfortunate because the racing had been so great up until then. As you say, it did look like you were down a bit on speed, or we couldn't really see the aero damage, to be honest. But absolutely, when you pulled out a draft, it's like you were going nowhere. So really tough night out for you, Mr. O'Fray. But listen, we do really appreciate your support of the series. It's great to see you coming back and putting on such a fantastic show for the folks at home. It's really very much appreciated, mate. Is there anyone you'd like to thank tonight or shout out to before we let you go?
Yeah. I want to thank you, like usually, and I want to pass a message for guys who were in the session, because one more time, it's normal to have insult in this game. Everyone who record the replay, just report guys who insult. It's not normal. No. The move, it's already not normal, but the insult in addition, it's crazy. I don't want to see this in your simulation. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. We like to keep it, we call it PG, mate, kid friendly. And certainly we don't want to see that.
Yeah.
We don't want to see that on the track either, yeah?
And just an additional word, if you check the lap 10, you can see Andrea push me one time at the lap 1 time at the uphill, and one more time when he crashed me. Just if you can check that.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. It's an unfortunate night out for yourself, no doubt. And we did catch that third one as well, but certainly worthwhile going back and having a look. But listen, thank you again for joining us, Julian. Hopefully, we'll see you for the remaining few weeks of the season, and then and with much stronger performances and better results.
Yeah. I will be here, and performance is easier. I have the times, but I can finalize. I can conclude the result each time something happen. I don't know why.
Well, maybe it's just a bit
It's
better
like
luck.
this.
Yeah, that's it. All
Yeah.
right, mate. Well, always good to talk to you. Thanks for joining us, and we might catch you again next week.
See you. Bye.
There you go, Corey, Mr. Julian O'Fray. Looks like he's taking over the mantle of the sorely missed Mr. Cantor for these wonderful post-race interviews, mate.
Yeah, that's right, Alex. And it's unfortunate that it definitely looked like he was down on that power a little bit from that contact in turn one with the three wide crash. But he was doing so good, and unfortunately, that incident happened across the top. But he'll be back next week, and I'm sure he'll be right up there towards the front again.
Yeah, absolutely. Now we've got a new person to the commentary booth here tonight. He's two times SNL race winner, and tonight on the podium was Mr. Danny Blanco. Welcome to Top Split TV. Danny, congratulations on the podium here tonight. Hopefully that was one to get the heart racing and an enjoyable race for you tonight. You with us, Danny? Oh, hang on, he's muted. Hang on. He's muted himself. Oh, I'll take that off. You're with us, Danny. You've got your microphone muted, mate. Well, we're halfway there. Technology is a wonderful thing when it works. Oh, there we go. Danny, can you hear us? No, we've lost him. Sorry, Danny. We can't hear you, mate. We'll have to have another go next week. If I can see you having a crack there, mate, but unfortunately not to be tonight. Can you hear us? No. All right. We might give that a go next week, Corey. But while you're here, Danny, congratulations, mate. Great drive. Well, finally, Corey, we might have to get rid of all of that. And where's that other button there? Hide that one. And then we'll grab Mr. Snell to give us unfortunately, the second split report. Mr. Ben Snell, welcome, mate. I was very saddened not to see you in the top split here tonight, mate. But how's our roving reporter going in the second split?
Oh yeah, hello. Yeah, no worries. We'll make it easily into the top of the split. We're only, there won't be that many more fast guys coming in for the main race. Yeah, right, eh?
Damn it, eh?
Ah, yeah, look, it is what it is. It was a good race. I had a great race with Mr. Fitz Johnson, Big Ideas Andy on Twitch.
Beautiful.
I know how it feels now to be the fast guys at the top of this split when I have a good race and hang around them in the draft and annoy them because I think I qualified about 3.5 tenths clear of second. And Andy had a shocker on his second lap. So he actually came through the pack and managed to get through the pack before I broke away. And then we had a nice little fight out the front and I managed to get the win. So it would have been nice to be in the top split, but I'll take a win and some SNL points for once.
Yeah, beautiful, mate. Yeah, glad to hear that Mr. Fitz Johnson and yourself had a good cracking night there. And hopefully, on any given Sunday, we might see you both in the top split. Mr. Sabanal was here, of course, for the Dons games on Twitch. And as you say, Big Ideas Andy, the man with all the ideas for Mr. Fitz Johnson and himself, of course, Snellavision. No streaming tonight, but plenty of action nonetheless by the sounds of it.
Yeah, that's it. I decided not to stream so I could concentrate on trying to do well for once. And where did that get me? I should have just bloody streamed anyway. But yeah, no, it was good fun. It's always a good, interesting race around Bathurst. So sometimes it gets a little bit procedural when everyone works together and it gets a little bit boring. But it sounds like you guys had a pretty exciting race at the top split, and there was definitely a bit of carnage in the other splits as well, I think.
Yeah, mate, there was a bit of action out there tonight. Really impressed with some of the stuff that went on, and others, of course, stuff happens out there on track when people are going so hard. But, very enjoyable to call and to watch, and hopefully to race for everyone that was out there tonight. But thanks for joining us, Ben. Always good to talk to you, mate. Anyone you'd like to give a shout out to before we let you go?
Yeah, of course. Big shout out to you guys. It's always a pleasure coming up and watching the race afterwards. This time it's a little bit more of a surprise because I wasn't actually experiencing it myself, so that'll be interesting to watch. A big shout out to Milo as well and all the Aussie Skippy community. It's getting stronger and stronger all the time, and eventually I think we might actually win one of these. It's been a while.
Yeah, that's right. Not since Ben Smith, I think, was the last SNL champion we had. But I'm sure with some of the talent coming through, it's not too far away. Thanks for joining us, Ben, and mate. We look forward to talking to you next week.
No worries. See you next time.
There you go, Corey, current Aussie car champion, Mr. Ben Snell for Team Milo, of course. Tragic not to see him and Mr. Fitz Johnson in the top split, but hopefully we might get him in the weeks to come.
It's very possible that we will, Alex. We know that Bathurst is always an immensely popular track, and it is quite hard to get in. Just having a quick little look through, I think it was a 3.9k minimum to get in here, and that was taken up by Håkon Grebstad. So it's definitely tracks like this that bring in the big I rating drivers. You definitely got to really step up your game if you want to try and get into the races. But at least Ben came out and he still had a crack at it, and got the win in the second split. Although second split, as I like to do when Ben doesn't make the top split. But all in all, it sounds like he had a great race over there in the second split, and it was definitely quite the cracking race for us up here in the top split.
Yeah, and that's the name of the game. But, folks, that might do us for tonight. Corey, do you want to tell the folks at home what you've got on this week?
So I won't be doing anything tomorrow at all because I will not have the electricity to do it. So Tuesday we're going to be looking at maybe doing some AI racing. Since I won't be streaming with my buddy because he's going to be away on vacation. On Wednesday we've got nothing on because the season for Output Racing League is over. So we might try and fill that time with something else as well. We do have NIS coming up on the Friday, which is always a good couple of hours of entertainment watching me be an absolutely terrible oval driver. And, it all culminates in being back here with you again next Sunday night for the next round of racing, Alex.
Beautiful. Now, everything top split is on your screen at the moment. Join us in the Discord where you'll find the information on how to get your details into our overlays. It adds so much to the experience for everyone. Just check out the SNL registration forum in our Discord. It's also where we do the broadcast and the post-race interviews from if you'd like to join us. The Top Split Discord, YouTube is where you find this and all the other broadcast replays for SNL and MNL history. And, of course, Corey's and my Twitch channels there. You'll find us Top Split TV certainly each and every week at this time, bringing you the top flight Skippy action that we love to do so much. And don't forget our raffle. $100 Steam voucher at the end of this season, drawn to anyone who's, for every sub they do, every $5 donation, every gift sub, it all goes to supporting the stream, and there's a $100 Steam voucher at the end of the season that will be drawn to one lucky winner. But folks, until next time, thank you very much for joining us and your support both on track and off. And until next time, I will say on behalf of Corey Steinhauser, I'm Alex McKellar, and I will say ciao for now.